Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hey, Spence, let's trip out.
I'm afraid not every human is as smurfy as they should be, Sassy.
Listen to them. Children of the night. What music they make.
Yeah, certainly. Here we are.
This pizza pie won't pass. Too many calories. Oh, the rest is okay. Natural light! Get it off me! Get it off me!
I don't know the meaning of the word chip.
Documented Geek Day.
Your face tells a story about the places you have been. I love you so. Thought you should know. And that muddy water's flowing as you take my hand.
Nice, it worked.
Don't show this. Don't show this
Zoom told me
again.
so.
Yeah, that's never been an option before. All right, cool. So we are here, and our guest of honor is the returning mage, Matthew Mckeever. How goes it, buddy?
It's going great, man. Thank you for asking. How are you guys?
It's we're fantastic now that you're back in the den.
Wow.
You needed our grand wizard. You needed the wonderful wizard of Edmonton. The one, yeah, I know. I caught myself. Like, wait, nope. Wrong wizard.
Come see, come saw, wizard.
Oh boy! All right, so you have some new stuff to show us. Yes, you're just showing off some of it. Yeah, off camera. But for the viewers at home,
I found a set of collectibles I could really get into. I'll try and put this in an order so that the good ones.
for those who don't, those of you who don't know, Matt was our history guy in the early days of the den, first couple years there, and he collects a lot of history shit. And as you can see, a lot of Funkos back there behind him,
and all kinds of other junk too.
Oh yeah, all kinds of really cool shit. But
Tchotchkes
that's
are
what. No, yeah,
But
exactly.
I was looking on the interwebs for like historical artifacts that you could get certificates with, and what I found on eBay, there's a collection called Pieces of the Past, and this particular edition is an American President's edition. Go figure. And what they did is not like historically significant pieces of writing, but like this one, for example, was between George and Martha, and it would have likely have just been a letter between them. And the company apparently bought whatever document that's from, then cut it into equal pieces so that they could shove it into as many cards and sell it to suckers like me. And I'll buy this all day, all day. Right. And now the thing with it is if you've ever written a document yourself, like a letter to somebody, you'll know that there are blank spots, right? You don't write on every square inch of paper, which is the case with this one. This Alexander Hamilton one is like the top right corner. No writing, none. That made me cry in Canadian. But then there's ones like this, where Thomas Jefferson, Madison, Monroe, and it has like just huge samples of it too, right?
Mhm.
And then Harry Truman. And sometimes it'll tell you what it's from. Other times it's like out of context writing. But this is the one that makes me laugh the most. This guy. And it's like the top piece of a document, not even his writing, right? Like it says MMITTEE. So
Obviously, it's
I'm
committee.
yeah.
Some
But
committee.
anyway, and then there's other ones. Like there's a American Literature edition.
Ooh, good one.
Has tons of authors. There's a European history, Renaissance.
Also cool.
And then there's warriors and there's ancient history. Like there's ones where you can, I mean, they're not going to give you if they actually had a sample of Julius Caesar's writing. They're not, nobody's selling
that'd be
that.
fucking
That's
rad.
Yeah. So what they'll do with those ones is they'll take coins from the era, not necessarily from Rome even, but like if they found a Parthian coin or an Egyptian coin from
From
that
the time period.
yeah, then they throw it in the card as a relic. And like you could see on some of them, it wasn't all handwritten. Because do you think the Italian government's going to ever give up a sample of Raphael's writing? Ever?
Fuck no.
Of course not. Especially not to some American to sell it to some Canadian.
Actually, just sparked an interesting question, or at least to me, anyways. As far as like the art things go, the fact that the Renaissance was an Italian movement, like if that was that was mostly where it was.
Yeah.
Right, like the old masters, it was all that. Would the Italian government give up a core sample of Raphael's signature? Fuck yeah, they would. They would absolutely do it. The amount of money that they would get for it could absolutely repair their economy at the moment. However, would they have done it without what's happening? No, probably not.
Yeah, no,
All right, it's a random hypothetical. It's only literally because like the masters, as far as all that goes, like literally if they had full on control and the ability to be like, all right, so this was Michelangelo, literally here's his back print from laying on the scaffold, like getting the outlines done before his apprentices came in and finished and shit like that.
Yeah.
Would they sell it? Fuck yeah, they would. Now, at least. This is why I show.
The real question there though is what's it worth?
It's fucking absolutely unfathomable.
Priceless.
There is no
price
you could put on it. But like, somebody would try. Somebody would try.
Oh yeah. Somebody, fuck yeah.
Be like, here's fucking 5 DOG coins. Enjoy.
Yeah, name your price. I don't have a price. $1 billion. Really? Let's see. You thought about it.
I will give you 5 coins and a free Domino's pizza because it's in Mckeever.
Sir, my emergency pizza, please.
Also, no adjustments. It's got to be whatever's on the
I'll make you some pasta that isn't al dente, and you'll like it.
You're like actually trying to argue with something. You're sitting at auction and you're like, I've literally got my entire life, my children's lives, and every dime my family has historically made based on this. Also, I've got a Papa John's coupon that's just fucking it's great. It's any meat lovers.
My, how the tables have turned.
Oh shit. Anybody beat that? Who's gonna fucking tag that? Nobody? Didn't think so. Enjoy your fucking
That's going once, going twice sold, brother.
Yeah, you're fucking sausage pizza. Enjoy.
Yeah. I'll give you all this money and a bunch of American-made Italian food just to watch you stroke out.
A bunch of American interpreted Italian food. We knew somebody in our ancient history definitely knew somebody that was possibly Italian. Either way, here's lasagna. It's got oregano.
Hey, I love lasagna.
And it's gluten-free pasta. Ha ha.
Then give me all the gluten. Give me all the gluten.
Seriously, like our ancestors fought for that gluten. You know, like they want the gluten. Like, and here we are being like, no, that's like good.
Yeah, I mean, you can't argue with that. That's what they died for.
I mean, and every time I talk to somebody and they tell me they're gluten and dairy free, a big part of me dies because, like, as you guys know, that's like the basis of my menu at my pop-up kitchen.
Well, it's
There are literally a million ways to tell the world you hate yourself, and saying I am gluten free is the worst fucking one.
Well, that's like gluten is what is it? It's like it's a wheat chain molecule or some shit like that. Like it's a combination that occur in bread substances, so pasta, any type of bread that occurs, any type of carbohydrated based wheat thing, anything that involves wheat is going to have gluten in it, right?
Beer, bread, pasta.
Any like it's a major part of most people's, and once again, and I'm not talking about people with like autobrewery syndrome or anything like that. Like that's a different story. Like clearly, God didn't like you guys, and I'm sorry, or He did like
you. Guys are just drunk all the time.
To manufacture your own alcohol. Like seriously, that made
no shit.
Once he was like, you know what, you can make your own beer, eat a sandwich. That's fucking cool. Like I would,
like if you're avoiding it because it causes you illness, that's not the same.
Right, thing. Celiac disease, autobrewery syndrome. Those I understand. But the rest of us, your ancestors were like literally working for a bowl of the shit. That was their goal daily.
You're choosing not to eat good food. Well, guess what? Fuck you. No.
More for me, motherfucker.
I don't have time for that. I love myself.
Yeah.
I just love it. You know what? I love sandwiches. They're the perfect fucking. I was going to argue. We found 8 different types of meat. We slammed it between bread. By the way, let's add some cheese to it and a little mayonnaise. God, it's everything. That is fucking big. Toast it, and it's a whole other level.
Yeah, I mean, and that's what everyone made those sacrifices for, man. You eat that gluten. If it's within your will, you can choose it, right? Sorry.
That's just, okay. So my daughter very much wants to go camping, and we've decided we're going to get a tent. I mean, she's 5 years old. We're going to get a tent. We're going to go in the backyard. I'm waiting until she's older to explain to her that it's just a fucking insult to everybody that created us. Like this is not something like the people that we have descended from would be like, you have air conditioning, you have television, you have electricity, you have climate control, you have walls that will prevent animals from eating you, and your goal for entertainment is to go outside
and possibly be
just sit
man,
and be live based.
I say that every time I watch a season of Alone, man. It's like it's the year 2024, and you are volunteering to get dropped in the bush and fucking starve yourself to win $1 million. You can do that literally anywhere, but you're gonna do it in the middle of nowhere. No, sorry.
You probably could
just make an OnlyFans and show everyone your feet. It's way fucking safer, and you're getting that money.
I'm gonna be real honest with you. If I thought people were interested in my feet, would have done it. Would have done it way before.
Everyone's interested. Everyone's interested in everyone's feet.
Dude, you'd be surprised.
I'm putting out my second time.
You'd be surprised.
Only on the one.
People are gross, Jason.
Oh yeah, no, they are. Which, by the way, that's the fucked up part. Anybody who's ever come across this, if you happen to come across it and you're a little concerned, and maybe with your appearance, the way you are perceived by people, rest assured, dude, there's a German website that wants to put you out there and make some fucking money off you. It doesn't matter who you are. There's somebody.
You're a fetish, man.
Yeah,
doesn't Rosalind have a song about that?
Fucking subgenre. Dying for it.
Yeah, the average middling Canadian man is like $5.99 a minute, man.
You can vary, and then you start specializing too. If you wanted to drop in there, by the way, I will also fart on a balloon.
Syrup.
Oh god.
Oh god, you had to bring that up.
Yeah.
Fucker.
So, speaking about the syrup thing, which is obviously derived from troopers, yeah?
Yeah.
That's where it came about, the broken lizard shit. Did you guys, I could swear I read recently they're actually going to pursue the fucking Pop Fest thing.
Yeah.
They're talking about it. Like there is actually, it's like, I don't know if it's pre-production, but it's on the table at the moment. Because
I hope so. I've been waiting a long time for it.
That was a good one.
I love the broken lizard shit. Everything they've ever fucking
done. No.
I'm behind it.
I haven't watched Quasi yet, but
I watched the opening part of it, and then I realized I had a kid.
yeah.
I had to stop because she's just old enough to be like, "What was that?" And I can't explain it to her.
Yeah.
Plus, I have a dog. He doesn't ask, but he does look at me weird.
He judges me.
Let him judge. He's a dog. He'll understand one day.
Well, not anymore. We got him fixed.
Oh, man.
Wasn't proud of it. We didn't have a choice. So we have
Bob Barker.
Well, you know what? Fuck Bob Barker and his fucking animal scrotums and uteruses. It's fucking weird to me. Don't get me wrong. Like, I get it. Don't just let them breed and run wild. That's not cool. It's unfair to them. They're domesticated animals and not having a family. Like, I get that behind it. But ending every show with, hey, pay attention to your fucking animals' genitals is weird. It's fucking weird. Right? So
it is kind of weird.
With Augie, great dog, our older dog, she's like 13 years old and she's little, and it's like that we never got her fixed because there was never a male dog around.
Right.
So she went into heat and his testosterone levels went through the roof, and he snapped at my kid twice. Like went for it. He stopped immediately. He looked confused, but his testosterone levels increased because of that.
It just through the roof, yeah.
Well, it was either fix him as a 1.5-year-old or fix her as a 13-year-old when she might
too much health risk.
So it became
too much health risk.
He is now the best dog I've ever had, and every day I look at him, he makes me feel bad for my choice.
Oh yeah, they call him right the fuck down.
He did, like I said, I do feel bad about it though. I'm happy with how it turned out because he loves Lily and she loves him, and I fucking love him. He's a great dog. Sometimes I look at him and I know he's looking at me. It's like we also got his nails done at the same time. And Tabby, my wife, was talking about getting his nails done again. I was like, we can't, man. He doesn't know what he's going to wake up without. I was like, I don't know what to do.
So, yeah, on the subject, like it just reminds me, my grandfather, he got this dog one time. And it was a puppy, like a black lab German Shepherd mix for the farm. And when it was about 3-4 months old, he fixed them. And Pat, with his male animals, he didn't call the vet. He did it himself. And anybody who's ever spent any time on a farm, if you should know, rubber band.
Yep. Which is, by the way, a serious fuck up in biology. If all it takes to fucking remove an organ, external or otherwise, is a tight band, somewhere along the lines, something went wrong with evolution. I mean, just like the idea, like, all right, so random side note, that your body can auto amputate things, right? Look this up. It's fucking crazy. Like pinky toes, it happens to normally, but it can happen to any body part. Your body can randomly decide to auto amputate a phalange. I would imagine if it could do it with any type of phalange, you could do it with a hand. It could probably do it with anything, but it happens most often with toes. A band of scar tissue will randomly appear. It'll go numb and it'll start tightening in until suddenly the thing just falls off. No trauma, no cut, no wound, nothing occurs. It just decides it doesn't need it.
Time to make the donuts. The donuts.
It isn't easy owning a Dunkin' Donuts.
Time to make the donuts.
Because unlike most supermarkets, we make up to 52 varieties fresh day and night. Of course, when you make donuts this good, there's a reward. People buy a lot of them.
Good morning, folks.
Look for Dunkin' Donuts money-saving coupon in your local newspaper.
Turn it on. Leave it on. America, see the music you want to see.
I want my MTV.
I want my MTV.
I want my MTV.
I want my MTV.
24 hours a day on cable TV.
Stereo, interviews, BJ, tour day, world premiere video special, music news. I want my MTV, MTV, MTV.
Yeah, too much is never enough.
My buddy, my buddy, my buddy, my buddy. Wherever I go, he goes. My buddy, my buddy, my buddy, my buddy, my buddy and me. Kiss the star, kiss the star, kiss the star. Wherever I go, you're gonna go. Kiss the star, kiss the star, kiss the star.
My Buddy and Kid Sister. Each sold separately from Play School.
Interesting. But
yeah,
that's now I'm kind of worried because my pinky toes have been numb for years. But anyway,
you got to start walking on the outside of your feet like a weird duck. You'll be all right.
so this dog would get out of church one day and go to Grandma and Pap's house for lunch, and I see the dog laying in the yard, belly up. And I see the scar, and I go, "Oh, Pap got a hold of you." And I just gave him a little rub on the belly and said, "It'll be okay." Went in the house and ate. Yeah, I felt bad for that dog because he just looked so miserable. Yeah. Man, I get it. I mean, I wouldn't want my boys to be chopped off either, but you get it.
You don't even understand. It's not like the person who knew it is.
No, they don't. They don't get it.
Yeah, there's not
you need this.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
The issue is with the larger dog, my understanding is if you get them neutered, chances are they're going to live longer.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how accurate that is. It's just everything that I've read on it. Augie's the first big dog that we've had really since the last big dog that I had was a Rottweiler named Marshmallow, who was the sweetest fucking animal you'd ever run across in your entire life. Like everything was a friend. She was just wonderful. But that was also, I mean, I was like 20 years old. So, I mean, 5 years ago.
Right.
Augie is a Pyrenees red heeler mix. Yeah, I don't know how his mother survived, but
Jesus Christ.
He is nothing but chest and booming bark, and he's the sweetest idiot you'll ever meet in your life. He's so cool. All I thought though the entire is all we've had is little dogs up until him since Marshmallow, and little dogs live longer. That's something we all know. Like you have a Chihuahua, for example, lives out of hatred, right? They'll be 20 years old, eating everybody, and that's what keeps them going. The Shih Tzus, they live fucking forever, but big dogs, the sweetest dogs on earth, they don't. They live like less for how big they are, and I was a little worried about them, but apparently you get them fixed, and it may add years to the life. That is something that I am telling myself to make myself feel better every time he gives me the sad eyes.
I mean, yeah, sure.
Honestly, the sad eyes could just be because he wants like a bacon strip or something.
No, actually, I just feed him out of guilt. Like I make sandwiches, he gets part of it. But I mean, like here's for me, and here's the pack for you. Enjoy it. Sorry about your fucking dustfuls. He's a good dog. He's very he's back to what he was like before any of that happened. Sorry, it is weird for me. It's the first animal that I've had fixed since my cats when I was growing up.
Yeah.
I mean, my argument was always like, have your dog spayed and neutered, or even better, just don't let him go fuck other animals.
There's that.
You just
get
a fence. If you see them,
well, having
tell them no.
When you have multiple animals in the house too, it kind of helps.
It does.
Yeah, like even if it's 2 males and 2 females, like is that like the hormones?
Oh
like
no!
When they elevate, it's bad. It can get bad.
It can.
So
that was a weird. This is not what I thought we were talking about tonight.
Yeah, no, this is not where I thought we were going with this conversation.
Well,
let it roll.
Originally, we were we can't, Matt. We canceled a thing a couple of weeks ago because I mean bad shit happened. It was just nobody was in the mood for it. We were all in a kind of a funk.
Been there.
I thought we were making up for that tonight, and then it suddenly occurred to me before we came on. It was like someone checking on Matt. I was like, oh, that's what we're doing. So I literally, like, I had a bunch of notes on fucking men's mental health. Literally threw away. Because it was just, and I fucking tossed it.
We will get in touch with Mark soon. It's just been hectic for all of us, so we'll get that.
Yeah.
It's all it's
crazy time.
I don't know if holidays have anything.
Get it.
This is. I'm just saying in general.
That time of fucking year, man.
Yeah, man.
Crazy.
No matter how you slice it, we're still coming out of a global event. Like, regardless of what you think.
We're going head first into another one. So
and into another one, with the potential for it being vastly and significantly more intense and different entirely, right? Like the COVID thing was that's a once in 4 generation thing.
World War III, though, everybody chooses a side and starts fucking waving banners.
Yeah.
Also, to get onto just before we discuss the possibility of all of our childhood years coming to fucking fruition, before we do that, I saw it in some type of tweet and or some type of X fucking post, however you want to call it, the basis of this statement. But honestly, I have never identified more with the statement. I think I even reposted it on Facebook, but like the idea behind it, I do not agree with the untimely death of anybody unless the algorithm tells me the shareholders are going to profit. Not to randomly throw that out there, but holy shit.
That's a heavy take, man. That's a real heavy take.
Like here's like that dude had a wife and he had kids. Granted, that wife and those kids profit off other people's fucking death, and they not the kids. She definitely fucking knew. Cool. I'm not saying it deserved to be a thing that happened. I am saying it's interesting that suddenly like 3 other major insurance companies have been like, oh yeah, we're not gonna withdraw.
Yeah, they've halted. I had like all kinds of plans that they've had.
The first question I asked was, did it happen in Hell's Kitchen? Because boy, are there a lot of motherfucking Matt Murdocks there now.
Right?
No
didn't
shit.
see a fucking thing. And it's weird as shit, dude.
I literally, that's the first thing that ran through my head is, oh my God, the Punisher. Like, I'm not saying
fucking Punisher.
Does dude deserve to get away with it? No, but he clearly had a fucking message. He clearly had a reason. And it's interesting.
And he was clearly a pro.
Yeah. Not a pro. He was a guy who was like, fuck it, if I can find this guy and incidentally have a silencer, I can carve some fucking letters into bullets and make it very clear why it occurred. What's funny to me is when you look at any article past that is we haven't found him. We don't know what was really going on. We have some ideas. No, we know exactly what was fucking going on.
Yeah.
Overstepped.
You know.
And that's
you know what else happened? You know what else happened as a result? McDonald's brought back the snack wrap.
And how much like if there was ever going to be an end result of either that or year-round McRibs, it had to be one or the other. And since McRibs are only available for like 5 months.
Yeah, they only grow like once a decade in the ground.
I mean, it depends on what kind of soil you have to plant the fucking grimaces in.
Half a dozen grimaces farming McRibs.
5 McRibs. So I mean, there are pastures.
I'm not convinced McRibs aren't grimace meat.
They might be.
Change my mind.
Here's what's fucked up. They are delicious. They are delicious, and I can't tell you why. There's some like forbidden part of your anatomy that's like, I like this. What is that? That's like congealed fat, but it's also meaty. Oh, it's meaty and it's sweet. It's meaty, sweet, and fat.
I'm not saying that it's grimace meat, but I am saying you only ever see one grimace ever.
Because the rest of it's spread over.
They're harvesting, man. I don't know what to tell you.
Well, don't forget about his brother who plays bass in Max Sabbath.
Max Sabbath. I haven't thought about that shit since fucking the Osbournes.
Great fucking band.
Oh, the fact that Ozzy Osbourne sat there watching it, laughing and clapping, like he was like a seal that just got a new ball. Like that, the fact that was happening, like he was behind it. I could not get behind it after that. I was like, fuck yeah, he's into it. So am I. Fuck his family. He likes it.
Yeah, exactly. The Lord of Darkness himself.
Right? Like it's a weird kind of blessing. Like I just had
a heavy metal granddad, man.
He is the heavy metal granddad. He still is. I mean, I guess
in more ways than one.
Yeah.
He's actually a grandfather for one.
Right.
And two, we all fucking grew up listening to him, right?
Let's
in some way.
the guitarist from Black Sabbath.
I'm watching the Osbournes for like the
Tony Iommi.
Yeah, okay. So the distortion that we associate with metal came from him losing a finger and getting a fake leather thing to attach.
His two middle fingers. He has prosthetics.
A weird muted
to extend
thing while he was playing, but it created an entire.
He also played it. Yeah, they also down-tuned their guitars.
Yeah.
Well, see the thing. All right, so I was from VH1's behind.
They were one of the first bands to do that.
They were, but they had to do it because it was the only way that it sounded right with those fucking things, which was the idea. Like the whole drop D tuning, which it suddenly became a thing. Like fucking everybody suddenly showed up and was like, "That does sound good."
Yeah.
Either way, it created an entire system in which now new guitarists can insult people for doing it.
Pretty much, yeah. I just hate it whenever when I was learning how to play, I would go on different tab sites and shit, and learning how to play certain songs and shit. And it would say drop D tuning and put the guitar player's name, his tuning. And I was like, no, it's not.
It's always something. Well, that's
not. It's not his though.
Tony Iommi's, right? Like that's where it started. That was the idea behind it.
Yeah. If anything, it's his. Yeah, but I'm certain like he can't be the first. But like that's a whole nother.
No, if he did it, he didn't do it because it fucking randomly occurred to him to like, hey, I'm going to do this.
No,
he got it.
He did it because he saw somebody else do it and was like, let me try this. And
he did it because he saw somebody that didn't know they were out of tune play, and he was like, I bet we can do something with that. Or there was some, like most of fucking modern rock, there was some type of weird blues influence. If you go back far enough, you'll find something somewhere.
Yeah.
Where some dude who sold his soul to Ozzy Osbourne.
No, it's all through their fucking music, man.
That's why
all that old blues kind of shit.
Matt, it is very good to speak to you, by the way. It has been a while.
buddy.
And it's fucking wonderful. Jesus Christ, when was the last time?
Oh, it's been a minute, man.
I don't remember.
I think I was still in the house.
A year and a half.
I think
coming on.
It was ever since the Dark Ages. He popped up back on for a little while.
I think the last time I was on was when I started a conflict.
You didn't start it. You actually were just the one that was willing to acknowledge how stupid it was. So
yes,
that I got a hand, but
that's
escalated
2 years ago. That's 2 years ago.
Not to kick a dead horse, but the idea. That situation, anybody again who runs across this would have to run back and find it. I don't know. Do we still have the episodes up? We didn't remove them, right?
Oh yeah, no, they're not removed.
So you'd have to go back and find it. There was probably the single dumbest thing. But by the way, arguing that there's a
lot of dumb shit on this.
Arguing that there's a single stupidest thing said on this. That's
yeah,
for how fucking
that's digging. That's fucking digging, bro.
You were from fucking way the fuck out in order to pull that off. Like that is some miracle level shit.
Yeah.
Don't even
but
like.
It's not even a contest, though. That was far and away the dumbest thing I've ever heard another human being say.
Like every episode. And the thing is, if anybody ever gets bored, you have a spare Saturday, you don't have to go to work, you're high as fuck, and you don't have a girlfriend, and you decide that you're gonna sit and run through every fucking episode of this. You'll know it when you hear it. You'll fucking know it. And you'll be like, oh Jesus Christ, really?
They made it super awkward, super fast.
Well, as soon as you said that, we just well, we're going on a break after that.
Well, what's hilarious? Have you gone back and watched that episode? By the way, it is.
No, but I actually want to because I forgot.
At the same time, just goes fucking, just dead, and then immediately it's like it was either me or Craig trying to pick it up and go to the break. Because like it was that dumb. Like every single person on there was like, I don't. Was it?
That's right, because Dan Hazel's with us that
night. Yeah,
that's right. That's right. Yeah, and he had that look on his face too. He's like, "What the fuck?"
That's because he was the source. He was like, what?
That's right.
Once again, without diving deep into it or really spiraling to figure it out, what kills me is like I understand being indoctrinated through propaganda. I do. I get how it can happen, right? Even
yeah, I was raised in the church.
all right, but even all right. So even if the church isn't your thing, right? Even if you disregard the idea of the church being propaganda and indoctrination, which I'm not going to say it isn't because it kind of is. But even if you disregard
It's religion, buddy.
the fact is, most of us are given the opportunity through just experience of talking to other people to eventually question the things that we were told were solid fact. We're given the chance to look back on it, reconsider it, and look for more information. What environment do you have to be in to never fucking take that opportunity?
Well, and you get a lot of time to think about things like that after you have a conflict about it. And I can remember it. I'm not an academic historian, at least not yet. But when I was going to school, you can see as you look at information, and you're like, "Oh my God, that's not what I learned." So you start to adjust, or most people start to adjust. Say, I didn't learn that. So instead of just keeping going down the path where clearly what I've been taught is either incomplete or incorrect, I want to look for the truth, right? That's a choice. And sometimes people just stop at that thing, right? Because especially in the United States, I have to imagine you're taught a lot about slavery, but you're not taught about indentured servitude. And so when you hear that, it's not an excuse, but it's jarring because it's something you never knew. And so now you are carrying around a whole other set of baggage, rightly or wrongly, but you've taken it up because it's brand new to you. And you can, from there, keep going and actually learn what it means. Or you can hear the word servitude and think that's slavery. And then you stop. And that's what happened. And that's a choice.
Random side note. I'm sorry that it seems like I have so much to discuss about this, but it is fun.
That's okay.
So my mom and
said.
Bear in mind, I love my son. I've known him since I was 19 years old. He's a great guy. But he's also very American conservative. I qualify American conservative because there are conservatives, but then there's an American conservative, which is generally like, this is what I was raised to believe, and that's all there's going to be to it.
Right?
Yeah.
So Thanksgiving, by the way, the point of this story is that I want a small victory and I want to share it with somebody who's going to appreciate it. We were I don't remember how we brought it up. I'm neither a leftist nor right. I'm a centrist. I really am. The rest of the world would probably call me right, actually, which is hilarious, but I wouldn't consider myself that. I think I'm pretty much dead up the middle. My stepdad is a true Fox News. The pundits are correct. There's nothing that we ever hear that's wrong. And incidentally, you should be taught in school that America is the greatest country on earth kind of a guy.
Right.
I don't fault him for it. It's how he was raised. It is who he is. But we had an entire conversation wherein we somehow or another got onto the Civil War, and he loves wars. He loves World War II, World War I, the Civil War, the fight for independence, all of it. It's his shit. We got around to the Civil War, and I was talking about the fact that the reason why Texas has a flat line over it is because north of that, they abolished slavery, and Texas was like, fuck it, we don't want that to be part of our state. Right? Like that was the whole thing. Like, past this line, we don't want it anymore, though, if there's no slavery. Like, that is a historical fact that occurred. We were talking about it, he's like, well, that's not really what happened. And we go into this whole thing, and he was like, really what the Civil War was about was like states' rights. And I was like, okay, John, what right were they trying to hang on to, buddy?
Everyone knows that drinking and driving don't mix, but the time to decide who'll drink and who'll drive is before anyone has a drink. Choose a designated driver while you still have a choice.
Go for it, red. Go for it, black. Go for it.
Get off my back.
Connect 4. Got 3 in a row. Go for one more. Go for it.
Too late, Joe.
Connect 4.
Go for the fun of Connect 4. 4 in a row wins.
Go for the bottom and go for the top. Watch for the block.
Forget it. You're stopped.
Go for the glory. Go for the star. Go for it.
I win.
Connect 4. Go for it.
Yeah.
Connect 4.
Hi, Ernie. Hi,
Hi, Ernie. Hey, you're a cookie.
That popular Keebler cookie named E.L. Fudge. That's E as in everybody, L as in loves, fudge.
Pleased to meet you.
Rich, buttery shortbread cookies shaped like an elf, then dipped in smooth, creamy fudge. Everybody's gonna love E.L. Fudge.
I never met an elf. A cookie I didn't like.
That's E as in everybody, L as in loves, fudge. E.L. Fudge cookies from Keebler. You'll love them.
Eventually, he finally said it. Slavery. And I was like, damn, Civil War was about slavery. So you get it. We had drinks. We were fine afterwards, but he definitely stopped talking to me for a month or two.
That happens.
No, I'm gonna do the.
It was
You
just
shut him up. Well done.
Well, it's like it's a random. It's so funny too because I'm bearing this guy literally. He knows what he's talking about. He can defend his position. It's not one that I agree with, but he doesn't do it frivolously. He believes it. He really believes it. Cool. It is your belief. It is your opinion. It is your thought. However, when presented with facts that you cannot argue, you have to reconsider the other side. And if we had a conversation in which you said to me, slavery, after you have argued that the Civil War was about states' rights, then maybe you should reconsider a lot of your shit.
Yeah,
100%.
Yeah.
Sorry, I hold on to that one because it was a strong win for me. Most of the time, there are no wins.
Well, no,
No, I understand.
Even with people who don't arrive at their opinions that honestly or with that much work, a lot of times you're just talking to yourself because they're just waiting for their turn to speak, and it's not constructive sometimes, right? But in something like that where you actually cause somebody to have some introspect, you celebrate that because that guy cared enough to at least think about it. You may not have changed his mind, but you made a pause.
I will give the guy one thing. He literally listen to anything you have to say. He does not interrupt you. He will not stop you, and he will consider what you have said. It will not change his opinion. It'll give him a minute, but it won't change what he thinks. He will consider it, though. He will have a conversation, which I think is all most of us are looking for at this point. Have a conversation.
Right? Because it's better than what's the alternative, which is just calling it down.
The internet was beautiful. It gave us all the ability to communicate with everyone. Put your ideas out there, have your ideas returned away, and learn from it. It's not what happened. It's turned into a bunch of
like every uncle who else yells at like black people on TV. He's now voting for.
Well, they can, but if you look at like my first introduction to the internet was Prodigy Online, right? That later became America. Prodigy was the first thing, and it really was people from all over the world just fucking talking to each other. And nobody, I'm sure there were trolls because that's just part of human nature, but most of it was just people talking to people they never talked to otherwise. And that is kind of what the idea, or at least I thought the idea was supposed to be, and it just fucking fell apart.
It's like the Wild West. It's very unregulated, right?
Oh, it's super unregulated, but I mean, even worse though is like the different social media groups, the algorithms that run them, it just fucking filters you back into people that agree with you. There's no expansion from there. There's no learning. There's no talking.
Or they're just super toxic spaces, right? Like it's brutal.
Have you ever been scrolling through Facebook? Have you ever gone through the reels and it starts push you into the red pill shit?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so the reason why it does that is because you're a male. There's a male. You identified as masculine in your profile. So eventually in your reels, that shit's going to pop up. Here's the thing. If you linger on it, you know that it'll come up more, right? So from that point forward, it'll just keep coming up until eventually you'll get the converse argument. You will get the female side of things. But here's what's fucked up. If you go into the comments on the female side of things, it'll only present the male comments. You have to go and click all comments to read everything. Like it's fucked. Like they want divisiveness. They want it keeps people fucking scrolling.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Dog nuts to this, by the way, I don't know.
We're all over the place like always.
Fair enough.
Is there anywhere else to be?
Exactly.
Not when you're our age.
This is appropriate.
In bed.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm not going
I was gonna say, I was like giving the hours. Yeah.
Are you guys up?
It's still kind of early in Canada.
Well, it's still kind of early here.
What time is it?
No, it's 10:30. That's my normal
It's
bedtime.
10:30 here.
10:30. Oh my god, it's so.
Yeah, when the guys, I'm in we have a team at work. We have this team group chat that I had with everybody that I met in Charlotte. And so there's people from all across the US in this group. And that every time at 2:30 or 3:30, they'll be like, okay, hey, have a good weekend, guys. It's like, and then I'll just reply, cries in Mountain Standard Time.
I've seen that movie. It's terrible. Actually, shit.
It's always 2 hours behind all the time. And they don't care that I'm still sleeping when they're at work for 2 hours. That's not a win for me.
I haven't had to deal with it much, but I have occasionally dealt with people where I'm like they're from a different time zone and I'm getting fucking hits at like 2:00 in the morning because they had a thought about a demonstration that needs to be changed and I can't. I'm like, you're paying me. Let's talk.
That's funny. Come on, you're a quarter, bud.
No, I mean seriously, like legitimately, I've got like dudes from fucking England and shit. That's an 8-hour fucking difference. It's a matter. I don't know.
That's
it's
a
a
huge
lot of
difference.
hours when you're asleep.
Yeah. It's all the difference in the world when you're just waking up.
Yeah, and so, like, I get a ping and I got like the fucking Apple Watch, which is connected now. So it here's what pisses me off is I have the thing on Do Not Disturb. My Apple Watch will still wake me up because it makes this dingy noise every time I get a ping. So I have to respond to find out about some shit I'm not going to do until 2:00 in the afternoon the next day.
Right.
This is an 8:00 in the morning problem, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, this is definitely not. I was watching Facebook Reels. I was about to find out why women were inferior.
The only thing that comes up in my reels anymore is like, all those nostalgic videos they show like, oh, this was October in 1991, and they get like a whole shitload of pictures together.
Oh, that's
You ever
awesome.
seen them?
Yeah.
I feel my reels of that anymore.
I get those every now and
Even
then.
if
I hung on to like there's a couple of reels where an argument is presented. I'm like, well, that's kind of interesting until I follow it through and I'm like, it's fucking stupid and I hate it. And then I clicked on the next one and suddenly it's 3 other fucking versions of the same reel. But look at it for a second and I'm like, no, that's not right. That's not right.
My reels typically consist of Beardo Weirdo and his food reviews.
I do like Beardo Weirdo guy. I like
He's
him.
fucking great.
Him
I
and
love
Chef
him.
Reaction.
Yeah.
Chef
Yeah,
Reaction.
Chef Reaction. Chef Reaction's funny. And then I think they're either in China or maybe Korea, but it's these 2 Asian fellas and they've got these rubber bands around their chest.
Oh yeah, where they just fucking slap each other with their shoes.
Well, they're playing games like rock, paper, scissors or some shit. And whoever loses gets the snap, right?
Yeah.
And they have like the noisemakers, and whoever makes the noise gets another snap. I don't know why, but the shit's fucking hilarious.
It is hilarious. For the same reason that
I sit here and I'm dying laughing when I'm watching this shit.
Challenge on fucking Spike TV.
It's in the same fucking
the same thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
God, that was a
In
great
the exact same thing. My God, yeah.
I am
The
guided.
commentary alone was
Let me tell you about my algorithm, and you can take this as advice or just leave it. But I had a real life conflict that caused me to delete my old Facebook account. I didn't really think it through, so I lost everything on there, right? I didn't download it or anything. But then we had a family thing, and everyone's like, you know what, we really miss seeing you on there, blah, blah, blah. So now I've come back on, and you notice I don't talk about politics at all.
Same.
Zero.
Yeah. Same with it.
And so my algorithm does not have that stuff come up at all. And now that sounds really serious, but what does come up, because I've been watching One Piece a lot, are the most incredible videos, man. And I'll have to send you guys some off here. And they're just like things people make them on TikTok and then share them on Facebook, where they add Western music to it. Not like country music, but like our music to this Japanese show.
Yeah.
And I don't know why but it just makes me laugh so hard because it adds a context that doesn't exist. Like it's such a contrast, and none of it makes any sense. And maybe that's why it's so funny. But goddamn, that's all that comes up. It's like Luffy core, and it's this crazy music that makes no sense with this crazy cartoon that with the music makes even less sense than it did when I watched it in the first place. But it took commitment. I'm caught up on the anime. It's over 1,100 episodes.
Yeah, I'm not. I
fuck.
literally I started it a few years ago, and I was like, shit, there's over 1,000 of these. I'm not going to do this, and I gave up. I started watching Attack on Titan instead, which just made me sad.
It's a good show too. But no, I stuck it out. I watched all the filler episodes. I watched all the off arc episodes. I watched every single fucking episode. And to the point where I was watching it with subtitles because they haven't caught up with the English yet. And now there's no episodes until March 25 or April 25.
Yeah, they're coming up on the finale though. Like this is the last season, I think. The next one coming up, isn't it?
He's just about done. He's not in very good health either, the poor guy.
With out of curiosity, did you ever shit? I had a whole thought.
ADHD.
I'm gonna get there.
ADHD.
What sucks is
I don't know what HD is, but my mom says I got 80 of them bitches.
So not Attack on
I have 80 problems and HD ain't one of them.
No, problem HD is oh fuck! It fell apart. Going from one.
Just about had a stroke there.
I'm not. Attack on Titan part of something else. It was something. Yeah, fuck it, it's gone. Fuck it. It's a shame because it was a question specifically for Matt. I bet it's
That's probably a good one too, and I hate that.
I know for a fucking fact it was. That's what kills me. This was like as far as anime goes, like you can't talk about anime without across 15 different people that have 15 years about the same fucking one. And even though the shows all look the same because they do, they're designed to look the same. They're made like literally the animation style and the art style is designed to be pushed out at the fastest rate possible. It's meant to be that, which is the reason why any anime, like anime the second you see it,
Yeah.
And there was something in specific. It wasn't Attack on Titan, which is annoying the shit on me. I fucking love that show, but that is not what I was.
No, it was a great show. But
I got nothing.
No, I'll be honest with you. I don't think I've ever watched a whole series of anime for sure until this one. And I mean, it's not done yet. But like even when I watched Dragon Ball or Attack on Titan or My Hero Academia, I never watched the whole thing. I'm not really.
Oh shit! That reminded me.
It's a lot of watching. Go ahead.
So solo leveling. Solo leveling. I don't know if you have seen it at all. It's really fucking. There's only one season of it. There's about to be a movie, which I'm guessing is an arc to the next season.
Okay.
They're releasing it in theaters. It had enough of a fan push behind it. It's going to be a theatrical release. It's a really good show. Like it's one of those isekai animes where it's like the character fucking just appears in another world or whatever, and suddenly they're overpowered in this new world and they can do whatever they want, except with a twist. Like it's not exactly that.
Okay.
Like, there's so many of those.
I've never seen that. No.
If you do you have Crunchyroll or?
Oh yeah, dude.
So
that's my best investment.
Just look up Solo Leveling. Watch the first episode. If you're not into it after the first episode, I would be stunned. It's really
Okay. I started watching Dragon Ball too.
Dragon Ball. I couldn't get behind. I couldn't deal
It's
with
hard. It's hard because they take like 85 episodes to tell a 20-minute story, and it's
exactly that. Which is like I get that people love it. I understand that people love it. I do. Just like I understand that people love Street Fighter next to Mortal Kombat, except Mortal Kombat's definitely the superior game.
Yeah, the people who like Street Fighter are wrong.
Yeah, well, in my opinion, yeah. Just like the people that are like Killer
I
Instinct.
just wish the Street Fighter characters were in Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, it would be great up until one of them got their fucking heads torn off.
Yeah,
that's why I want them there.
That would be something else, though.
I'm curious as to how Chun-Li would do.
Put her against Sonya Blade, that'd be rad.
Well, yeah, but you can only do that over the head scorpion fucking flip thing so many times while somebody's doing that shit with their fucking foot. You know what I mean? Like you can't. They're just gonna like in the Mortal Kombat world, it's just gonna blow your fucking lights off.
You forget Liu Kang and his bicycle kick, man.
Oh, even then, like how is he gonna get through that? And like he hasn't come across, like he falls over. I'm happy that.
Oh God.
You guys feel
I don't think she has much of a chance. I just don't.
Maybe not like a whole chance, but there's not a whole lot with the exception of Baraka in part 2. Who's going to get through it?
I don't know.
Baraka versus Blanca would be cool.
Goro.
Yeah, no, Goro doesn't count though because he can just and then fucking ripping people.
It's all over. Yeah.
He got 4 arms. He can lose 2 hands.
Unless Johnny Cage punches him in the nuts.
Yeah, but he doesn't have nuts, and if he tries to do the fucking thing, he's going to get his head knocked off. Once again,
did you ever see the first movie?
I did.
It worked in the first movie.
It did work. Yeah. Actually, I mean, it worked in the original game too. Like it was the best way to get him fucking.
Yes, it did.
Yeah.
Yes, it did.
Yeah. That's right too.
That's why it's in the movie.
It was such a cringy graphic too.
Oh,
it was, but it's so great. It was so great.
You know what's hilarious? That you guys ever read that it was supposed to be Jean-Claude Van Damme, right?
Yeah.
Nick Cage was supposed to be Jean-Claude Van Damme, but fucking talks fell through.
Yep. And that's why he ended up playing Guile.
Yeah, but they already had the animations, though. They had the animations.
They did.
Ran with it.
It's crazy.
Actually, you know, you had that weird green whip fireball thing in the fucking shadow.
Oh, man. Oh, how long have we been going
here? Oh.
You said we try to keep this kind of short because, yeah.
Been over an hour of
conversation. I'm borderline zombie as it is.
I get that, man.
But we will definitely continue this conversation on another
Volleyball
episode.
season's over for like 11 months, so I'm good.
Oh, fucking A. Fucking A.
I enjoyed this.
Just give us ammunition, Mage. But Matt, it's so good to have you back in the den, brother.
It's great chatting. And it'll only get more fun.
Yeah, man.
This was a good time.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, we should definitely do this again, by the way. Like, legitimately, we should do this again. Anytime that we... what is the next thing that we were supposed to be doing? We can talk about this when we're...
Talking about Christmas. Yeah. We're getting into the holiday spirit.
So, James...
Yeah, we're getting into the holiday.
We're done thing.
All right. Until next time. Mage, Craig, Jason, and I'm James.
Ready? Go!
Peanut butter. Chocolate.
Here it comes! You missed! Faster! Get out of the way! Oh, wow! Your peanut butter hit my chocolate! Your chocolate hit my peanut butter!
Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. Real milk chocolate, delicious peanut butter. 2 great tastes that taste great together.
Reese? Yeah.
Reese's Peanut Butter Cups.